You know what really grinds my gears? You know what really butters my toast? Is this 666 cycle of, like, there being absolutely no slow or maybe even negative movement on, like, police reform and just taking the entire situation seriously, that the police was literally founded as a way to catch runaway fucking slaves and then was rebranded when that couldn't be a thing that we outright say that they do anymore. um and that, like, every single black person is more in danger in police presence than sometimes without. Like, it's fucking terrifying. Nobody cares about this or lulls until a black person gets killed in a fantastical fucking fashion, in a gruesome ass fashion that is then broadcast on the fucking news. And then all of a sudden, it's like, this is so terrible. We need change. After you show a battered, bloody black body on national TV, which people are completely fine with doing, by the way, as trauma porn, basically. And that's what it takes for apathetic white people, for, I guess, maybe lawmakers, for anyone to be like, oh my God, that is so terrible. Shed some fucking white tears and be like, something has to be done. And then we go out, march, protest, post black squares, whatever, social media, blah, blah, blah. Something has to change, something has to change. And then the family of the person that died is out here basically being expected to be the next civil rights leader for the black community in their fucking time of mourning. And every single family gives the same statement that they hope that the murder of their loved one will bring about change. And that's not fucking fair, because why should they have to? Why should they have to? It didn't take this. Why did it have to take this? Why does it take having to brutalize us in such fantastical fashion in order for other people to be like, oh man, maybe they are human and maybe this is really terrible. And while the fact that I feel a sort of visceral reaction to this black person being beat because maybe actually they are a human, that something should fucking change. And then that grieving family, again, has to be the Malcolm X, the Martin Luther King Jr. of the day, of the era right now, and basically lead the charge for change. Why should they have to? They're expected to be fucking civil rights fucking soldiers, fucking activist leaders in their grief, when they should be fucking stuck up in their fucking houses, crying, grieving, processing what the fuck they need to be processing, being fucking angry, honestly. But no. Every fucking time this happens, we just go in this circle over and over again. Why does this have to happen? Why does this have to happen? For some of y'all to get the fucking idea that things need to change, that we're in danger. Someone always has to die. In a fantastical fashion. In a fantastical fashion. And then the family has to go up there. They might get invited to the White House. I don't know. The entire country is watching them. We hope that the death of our loved one, the murder of our loved one, brings about change. Even if it fucking does, because very often it happens so goddamn slow. Even if it fucking does, they don't get to have their loved one anymore. Tyree Nichols doesn't get to be with his family anymore, and his family does not get to have Tyree Nichols anymore, ever, forever. That's it. Even if it does lead to change that might help the rest of us, that might help people in the future, why does it have to be like that? Do they get to benefit from it? No, it's just another fucking black family broken. by the death of a loved one, by the murder, not death, murder of a loved one. Why does it require this? Why does this toxic fucking cycle have to continue? Why does there always have to be a sacrificial lamb for us to get some goddamn respect and safety? Why? And then the entire black community gets traumatized over and over again when we see this shit on the TV, when we have to hear it all the fucking time on the news, when we see it. Like, in my opinion, every single black person has some sort of post-traumatic stress. Like, and we all get simultaneously communalized traumatized every time we have to see this. And it dampens our soul. Like, it sends us into depressions. It makes us feel hopeless. It makes us fucking, like, me, clinically, I'm just like, I'm going through my own personal stuff. But on top of this, I'm just like, fuck, man, what's the point? Why? What's the fucking point? I know that, like, that's not, we'll come out of it. But, like, when you're fed that shit over and over again, and it happens every few years, it's like, my fucking God, what's the goddamn point? When are we going to be treated like not fucking animals? When? Doesn't help that right before seeing footage of Tyree Nichols getting beat to fucking death, I see a fucking advertisement for Leah fucking Michelle on Broadway doing Funny Girl, singing her little racist ass out, and she's known to have traumatized and terrorized black people on the set of fucking Glee, but she's getting her fucking check while we're out here, like, it's just so dystopian. It's so dystopian. Watching the worst white people on earth just get away with shit. And then flip on to the next story where another one of us is just getting killed for nothing. For nothing. I'm just so mad, man. I'm so mad, guys. And it's like every time I see that tape, I have to work. Like, it's like playing my worst fears back to me. My brother, who's a black man, who's autistic. And that reminds me of Elijah, the autistic black man who was also killed by police. My black male friends, some of which are darker skinned and tall. Big guys. That's terrifying, okay? Terrifying to think of the possibilities. Literally every time I'm out with them in public, I am looking around. I'm as a black woman, I am the most in danger, but I'm still looking around at every single person around whenever I'm with one of my black male friends. And I'm just like, it feels dangerous. We should not have to be butchered on national TV for everybody else to realize that maybe we're humans that deserve to maybe not. To maybe not. But it goes over and over again. Someone gets murdered. There's an outrage. Black squares. Protests. People getting brutalized at protests. The family speaks out. Family gets up and says, I hope this brings about change. They're basically the new civil rights leader of the day. Maybe something happens. Maybe it does. I don't know if anything has come out of what happened to George Floyd. I don't know. Apparently there's been a bill that's been sitting in Congress since 2020 and nothing's happened with it. Performative measures are taken, nothing happens, nothing gets better, and then another fucking murder happens and the cycle starts all over again. Just this performance, this fucking matinee to evening fucking performance, this fucking Broadway performance of acting like anything is getting any better when maybe it's just a fucking performance to distract from the fact that nobody cares and maybe nothing is going to be done. I'm so fucking sick, man.